every day. So we get prepared all of the time.
I can't imagine. And now, managing the communication of COVID-19, did it anyway also affect maybe your projections or plans for the ministry, maybe activities you already had on ground? Did there any, any changes anywhere with regards to COVID-19?
Yeah, of course, so much. Like I told you, around the time that it happened, the previous year, nobody ever planned. In preparing your budget, in preparing your plans for the year, in preparing your estimates, nobody ever planned that COVID-19 or something, the real world has happened, was going to happen. So there was no plan for it. So when it now came, it affected all the plans, almost all the plans that we had, the training programs, the trips that we were supposed to make, the regional offices that we were supposed to strengthen, our communication channels, our agencies that we were supposed to strengthen. It affected business, it affected all facets of life. So it really caused a major disruption in our programs. But like I said, we don't look at that in Lagos. What we look at in Lagos is what advantage can we take out of this? And I tell you, there have been so many advantages. And what we are now trying to do is to turn the calamity into a major advantage for Lagos to, from there, move forward.
I can imagine. Now, the confidence of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is something that everybody has talked about. The way he calms us down, the way he lets everybody understand what is happening. He gets the information from you, from the health commissioner, and he reels it out. Like, what do you think is responsible during these challenging times? He was there and was always apt when he talks to us.
What we have to realize that there are two people that we have at the helm in Lagos. Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the governor, and the Deputy Governor, Dr. Olafemi Kadri-Hamzat. These are people who have been preparing for leadership for long. They have had experience, they've been commissioners, they've headed agencies, and such people, you don't bring a matter of this magnitude to them and then they will be shaking. They have seen several things like that. They have been informed before, and they are the attribute of being leaders who can lead from the front. So Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu lays out figures and facts like a doctor, because he has listened to doctors and he has been not just on the front line watching but participating. I remember the first time I followed him to the hospital in Yaba, the infectious disease hospital in Yaba, where we have our main isolation center. He put on the personal protection equipment and then the deputy governor to put it on. And we were joking about how hot it was on their body. So he was involved in everything right from day one. And he's a handsome manager. And he has shown so much leadership in this because he knows the essence of leadership. It is often said that leaders are known. True leaders are known in times of crisis. And this crisis has really shown what Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu can do as a leader. The confidence, the energetic, visionary, and somebody who thinks fast on his feet.
I must agree. I agree with you. Now, I don't want to be specific thinking and maybe advising other states, but what do you think others can do better? Lagos has always been that state that everybody looks up to learn from. What can they learn and tap from you at this very time of crisis, other states in the Federation?
Well, we are all working together as a state. Lagos has its own peculiar problem. So we must prepare in an extraordinary manner. Because if you look at the population of Lagos, it's so heavy and it keeps on growing every day. People from other states that you are talking about, they come into Lagos every day because, Nigerians have the right to come into Lagos. So every time we have to raise our game. So my advice to other states is that, well, they should keep on trying to raise their own game too, and then do things that they feel they can say in Lagos that they can copy. Because we too, we are humble to copy from other cities of the world. We are a city-state. We are not a federation. We are not a national. We are a sub-national. So we too will look up to other places in the world. So I wish to, well, if they see that Lagos is truly the center of excellence as it is, this we should find something to copy.
Indeed. Let's now, it's August, but let's look at projections as we move on in 2020. What more do we expect, maybe from the ministry or maybe from the state?
What we expect is that we are trying to open the economy gradually, and in doing this, we will be going back to our traditional duty of disseminating information that can help business in Lagos, that can make Lagos grow bigger in terms of resources, in terms of social development, in terms of human development, in terms of everything that our governor has planned to do in health, in education, in communication, in all spheres of human life that we have said in our budgets that we are going to crush, especially in the area of business, so that the environment in Lagos is made more conducive for businesses to thrive, so that all Lagosians can have a sense of belonging, because everything that the government is trying to provide, the roads, the hospitals, there is no part of Lagos that does not deserve such things. And our plan is to see that all Lagosians they enjoy all these things without much pay. And from now till the end of the year, we are going to be pursuing vigorously the budget that we have announced.
Now, almost finally, we're almost done. I'm now looking at, you're a professional communication person, and now looking at Lagos. Lagos is another ball game, more than 20 million people. Now, how would you assess information management? Now, generally, not only COVID now, what's your general assessment of how far you have gone in managing information across the state?
Let me not deceive you, it's been very challenging. Personally, as a journalist, I used to be an editor. And there is this popular thinking in journalism that editors are supposed to be heard and not seen. So many people do not know me. They are only hearing about me through my columns, through my newspaper. But now I have to come out and talk about the good things that we are doing in Lagos. I have to come and plan how things will be better for our people. I have to come and plan how to support the vision of the governor and the deputy governor, moving, as they say, Lagos forward. So for me, it's a kind of different terrain that I am learning so fast. And I think so far so good. It's quite interesting moving from journalism and now becoming a communications expert.
Indeed. It's clear, passing that information of the center of excellence and even the things agenda. A lot of message you'll be passing to Lagosians at this time. Give us an overview of some of it.
Well, if you look at the things agenda, it encapsulates everything that is the vision of this administration. And it is not about human activity, business, engineering, everything, education, health, that is not in the things agenda. It's just for us to be able to remember that we have a vision. That this is the vision of the leadership, and we have to follow. If you go out of my office now, you see a big billboard about the things agenda, and it's like that in all ministries and all agencies of government. For us to know our vision, so that at the end of the day, when people judge us, they'll be able to judge us against the things agenda. And I think so far so good.
Okay, almost finally now, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Mr. Gbenga Omotosho?
That's a very big question. The kind of question that we used to give people looking for jobs in my days in the newsroom. We ask you to write about yourself. Honestly, talking about myself, it depends on the kind of aspect that you want to know. Gbenga Omotosho is a journalist, a satirist, a writer, a reporter, and he has now found himself in public office, and he is planning to leave a mark that will be indelible in public office, and he has some to pursue the agenda of the administration of Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, so that the whole world will know that we have a true leadership in Lagos.
My final question looks a little bit complex. I don't know. How did you become a communication professional? I just want to follow you the way it's said, but how did you become a communication professional? I know all of this encompassing.
Well, I normally, as an editor, as a journalist, and now somebody who is involved in public affairs, who is involved in a public office, I've been reading and learning and attending training on how to improve myself, so that my new job, I'll be able to add value. I'll be able to add value to the extent that everyone will know that in Lagos, there is somebody who has put in a machinery that is working in terms of communication in Lagos.
Let's give another Commissioner of Information and Strategy, Lagos State, Mr. Benga Omotosho. Thank you very much for your time speaking to us on Marketing Edge on TV.
Thank you so much.
Well, with that is a wrap on Marketing Edge on TV for this week. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week for a fresh edition. But until then, continue to stay safe. Bye for now.
Here are 7 steps preventing coronavirus.
Wash your hands thoroughly and frequently with running water and soap for at least 30 seconds. Avoid contact with people's hands and hard surfaces.
Number 3, always sneeze into a piece of tissue and cover your cough with your elbow, like this. Step 4, avoid crowded spaces. Step 5, stay at home if you feel unwell, even with a slight fever and cough. Step 6, if you have a fever, cough, or difficulty breathing, seek medical help early.
And while we maintain social distancing, step 7 and the final step is stay tuned to this channel to receive more updates on the coronavirus.
We have also the technology to stop it. So we hope to finish this pandemic before less than 2 years. If we can pull our efforts together and with global solidarity, that's really key, with utilizing the available tools to the maximum and hoping that we can have additional tools like vaccine, I think we can finish it in a shorter time than the 1918 flu.
Nigeria's Diamond Jubilee is here. We celebrate the making of a giant, the country so diverse, yet bound in one. We celebrate 60 years from the dawn of freedom. For Africa's undisputed leader, all the highs and lows that have shaped the journey to nationhood, we will relive the journey to independence, the conflict and resolution, years of military incursions, the return to democracy, and efforts to gain strength from diversity. Nigeria at 60 on TVC News. Stay with us. In the month of September, it's the month of the United Nations 75th anniversary. 10th, global attention focuses on prevention of suicide. On the 11th, terrorism shook the planet when the World Trade Center and the Pentagon in the United States were attacked. 15th is the International Day of Democracy. 16th, need for the preservation of the ozone layer takes center stage. 27th, tourism, a sector badly hit by the pandemic, dominates world focus. Stay with TVC News for special reports and in-depth analysis of these days, only on TVC News.